Welcome to your sleep story. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Whatever this day was, however long it felt, however much it held, it is behind you now. Completely behind you. You made it through, and that is everything. So let's begin. Before I take you anywhere tonight, I want to count you down from 10 to 1. And as I count, I want you to allow yourself to sink just a little deeper into wherever you are right now. Feel the weight of your body. Feel what is beneath you, holding you. And with each number, just let go a little more. 10. Allow your eyes to close. Gently, completely. There is nothing you need to see right now. 9. Feel your shoulders and let them drop as far as they want to go. 8. A slow breath in through the nose. 7. And all the way out. 6. Your hands. Feel them opening. Whatever you've been holding today, you can put it down now. 5. Your jaw is soft. Your face is soft. 4. Your legs are heavy, warm. 3. You're drifting, not asleep yet, but moving that way. 2. The day is behind you, completely and entirely behind you. 1. And now, tonight's sleep story, the relaxation. Before we go anywhere, I want to stay here with you for a moment. Just here, just now, because this moment, this exact moment right now, where you are lying in the quiet, deserves a little attention, a little kindness. Take a breath in for me, from the very bottom of the belly. Good, and let it go. And as you breathe out, I want you to imagine that everything you were carrying today, every worry, every unfinished thought, every heavy thing is just leaving with that breath, just drifting away. You don't have to solve anything tonight. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to be anything other than exactly what you are right now. A person who deserves rest. A person who deserves sleep. Because you do. You really do. Whatever happened today, whatever was hard, whatever felt heavy, you made it through. You are here. And that is enough. That is more than enough. You are safe. And you are here. Bring your awareness gently to your feet now. Just notice them and allow them to soften. The toes uncurling, the arches releasing. All the small held tension of the day simply letting go. Let that softness travel upward, through the calves, through the knees, the thighs. All of it warm, all of it heavy, all of it resting now. Your lower back, your hips. Allow yourself to feel the surface beneath you taking your weight completely, fully. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. The mountain has you. The earth has you. The belly soft. The chest soft. The heart beating steadily as it always has, as it always will. Your shoulders dropping, your arms heavy and warm, your hands open and still, the neck long and loose, and your face, let the jaw go. Let the forehead smooth. Let the eyes be completely still behind their lids. There you are, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, completely soft, completely warm, completely at rest. You've done beautifully. Now, let me take you somewhere so high the air is thin and clean, and the mountains around the village are so large they have their own weather, and the butter lamps are lit in every window, and the prayer flags are moving above the rooftops. Come with me. The high plateau. Imagine the Tibetan plateau, the roof of the world, not a metaphor. The Tibetan plateau averages 4,500 meters above sea level, the highest large plateau on Earth, higher than most mountain peaks in other parts of the world, higher than the clouds on many days. The air here, thin, genuinely thin. There is measurably less oxygen per breath at this altitude. Your body knows it. After a few days, it adjusts, but the first days, the slight breathlessness, the heightened awareness of each breath, the body learning to be more present with what it has. The sky, darker blue than sky at lower altitudes. The atmosphere thinner above you than below. Less atmosphere means less scattering of the shorter wavelengths. The blue is deeper, more itself. The light sharper, more direct. The shadows darker, the contrasts stronger. The colors of the landscape more vivid, as if the air here has not yet learned to soften them. And the space of the high plateau, enormous, the kind of space that makes a person feel at once very small and very large. Very small because the plateau is enormous, very large because you can see it. The village, at the foot of a massif, a cluster of flat-roofed houses, perhaps 30 of them. The houses built from the stone and the earth of this landscape. The mud brick walls, whitewashed, thick, very thick. The walls that insulate against the extreme cold of the Tibetan winter, that hold the heat of the butter lamps and the yak dung fires inside. The flat roofs, stacked, the houses built on different levels of the hillside, their roofs becoming the terraces of the houses above. The village rising in tiers, prayer flags from every rooftop. The lungta, the wind horse prayer flags, the rectangular flags on cords strung between rooftops and poles. 5 colors: blue for sky, white for air, red for fire, green for water, yellow for earth. The 5 elements, moving, the flags moving in the mountain wind, carrying their prayers. As the tradition teaches, the wind itself becomes the prayer. The flag printed with the prayer, the wind moving the flag, the wind carrying the prayer outward. Every flutter a prayer sent, the flags moving, always moving, the prayers going, always going. The monastery at the village's edge. The monastery, small, not the grand monasteries of the famous cities. The village Gampa, the local monastery, the one that belongs to this village, that has served these families for centuries, that the monks of the village have maintained. The building, white walls, red band below the roofline, the distinctive marking of the Tibetan Buddhist monastery, the white and the red, the colors that say, "Here, a place of practice." The courtyard, the prayer wheel at the courtyard's entrance, a large prayer wheel, a cylinder of copper on a spindle, its surface embossed with mantras. You turn it as you pass, the Om Mani Padme Hum turning, the prayer turning, inside the copper, 10,000 repetitions of the mantra wound inside, turned with the wheel, offered Tenzin. He is in the monastery courtyard, an old monk, 72 years old, his robe the deep burgundy of the Tibetan tradition, his head shaved, his face the face of a man who has been at altitude his whole life, who has been outdoors in the sun and the wind of the high plateau for 72 years. The lines of it, the warmth of it. His name is Tenzin. He has been a monk for 60 years. He took his vows at 12. He has been in this village, in this monastery, for 60 years. He did not come from outside. He was born in the village, the family tradition, the second son given to the monastery, a tradition so old in his family that his great-great-grandfather was also a monk. He did not choose this as a child. He chose it when he was old enough to choose. He chose it again, as he has chosen it every year, every decade. He is content, not in a small way, in the way of someone who has found what they were made for. The evening puja, the prayer service, the evening puja in the monastery's main hall, the Lakhang, Tenzin and 4 other monks. They sit on the low cushions, the wooden thrones of the Tibetan monastery, their backs straight, the butter lamps on the altar, many of them, the yak butter lamps, the small clay cups filled with clarified yak butter, a wick of cotton floating in it, burning, the light of them, warmed, amber, not bright, the altar lit in the amber of butter lamps, the rest of the hall in shadow. The smell, yak butter, the particular smell of burning yak butter, not unpleasant, slightly animal, the smell of the yak and the high plateau and the centuries of this tradition, and incense, juniper incense, the juniper that grows at this altitude, burned since the earliest ceremonies of this region, its smoke rising, its smell the smell of these mountains, the chanting, the monks beginning, the chant, the sound of the Tibetan Buddhist chant, low, very low, Tenzin's voice among them, the deep throat sound of a man who has been chanting for 60 years, the resonance of it, the particular tonal quality that comes from decades of practice. The chant is not melody in the Western sense. It is vibration, the monks producing sounds that are felt as much as heard. The low drones that resonate in the chest, the overtones that arise when multiple voices combine in particular intervals, the sound of the chanting filling the lakhang, the butter lamps, the incense smoke rising, the thanka paintings on the walls, the painted scrolls, the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas depicted in their formal poses, their eyes looking outward from the cloth with the particular gaze of the depicted divine. All of this together, the hall receiving it as it has received it every evening for centuries. The prayer going out, the butter lamps burning, the incense rising, the prayer flags outside the monastery, the prayer flags, the wind of the high plateau finding them, the flags extending, each flutter, the tradition says. The wind carries the prayers from the flags to all beings, not to gods, to all beings, the prayer going outward in all directions, the wind carrying it to wherever the wind goes, which is everywhere eventually, the flags aging, fading, the colors washing out in the high altitude sun, and the wind and the rain. As they fade, this too is good. The tradition says, the fading shows the prayers have been given. The prayers have left the flag. The flag has done its work. New flags are hung. New prayers are sent. The impermanence of the flags is the point, not despite the fading. Because of it, the butter tea in the monastery kitchen. After the puja, Tenzin makes butter tea, cha the Tibetan butter tea, the dark brick tea from the lower regions, strong, compressed into cakes, brewed, and then the yak butter, the salt, the churning stick, the traditional bamboo cylinder, the tea and the butter and the salt churned together until they combine. The result, not what you expect from the word tea. Savory, rich, the butter and the salt, and the strong tea making something that is, at this altitude, in this cold, exactly right. The body needing the fat needing the altitude needing the body. All of it correct. Tenzin pours into the wooden bowl. He hands it to you. You drink. The warmth, the richness, the salt, the altitude accepting you a little more with each cup. Tia Sampa. With the tea, Sampa, the roasted barley flour that is the staple of the Tibetan plateau. In a small bowl, that Sampa, you mix it with the butter tea, the dough forming as you work it with your fingers. The traditional method, the method that every person at this altitude has used for 1,000 years. Your fingers working the tsampa and the tea together. The dough warm, dense, satisfying in a way that goes beyond taste. Satisfying in the way of ancient, correct, climate-appropriate food. The food that exists because this altitude and this cold require exactly these things. The barley, the butter, the salt, the warmth, the altitude. You eat. Tenzin eats beside you. In the kitchen, the butter lamps, the smell of incense, the sound of the wind outside, the monastery holding everything, the altitude and the stars. After the tea, Tenzin takes you outside. The courtyard, the night, the stars. Here, at this altitude, the stars are. There are not words adequate. We have been to the Sahara, where Yusuf showed us the stars of the open desert. We have been above the clouds, where the stars were above and below at once. But here, at 4,500 meters, the atmosphere so thin, the stars so close, they do not seem to be in a sky. They seem to be in the same space you are in, as if you could reach. Tenzin does not look up in the way of someone encountering the stars for the first time. He looks up the way a person looks at something they have known for 72 years, with recognition, with the particular intimacy of long acquaintance. He says something in Tibetan. You do not understand the words, but you understand the gesture of his hand, the mountains, the stars, all of this, what Tenzin knows. He knows something that takes many years to learn, that the difficulty of this life, the altitude, the cold, the remoteness, the simplicity that is not simplicity, but a stripping away of what is not essential, is not something to be overcome. It is the point. The difficulty is not the obstacle to the life. The difficulty is what makes this life what it is. The altitude that makes every breath more conscious. The cold that makes every fire meaningful. The remoteness that makes every connection to family, to the village, to the monastery, clear and necessary and valued. He did not always know this. At 12, he knew nothing. At 20, he was beginning to understand. At 40, he understood. At 72, he knows. The way Seamus knows his island, the way the ferryman knows his river, by being in it long enough for the being in it to become the understanding of it. The sleeping room, the room they give you in the monastery guest house, low ceiling, the ceiling close, not oppressive, intimate, the Tibetan ceiling, the beams of it, the carved woodwork visible in the lamplight, a sleeping mat on the floor, not a bed, the mat thick, quilted, the cotton filled with wool, a stack of blankets, heavy, yak wool, the blankets of this altitude, designed for the cold that comes in the night, the cold that is always there at this altitude, the cold that the blankets were made to meet, the butter lamp on the small shelf, burning, the amber of it. The butter lamp is the light of this place. No other light, just this, the lamp that has been the light of this monastery for as long as the monastery has existed. The same light, every night, since the beginning, growing still. The butter lamp is burning. The room is close and warm. The mountains are outside. The prayer flags are moving. The stars are above, so close. The chanting has ended. The monastery is quiet. If thoughts are arriving, and they probably are, because that is what minds do, they are not staying long. The altitude takes them. The clean, thin, high-altitude air through which thoughts do not carry far. They come. You notice them. They go, like the prayers from the flags, given to the wind, carried outward, gone. You don't need to hold any of them. Just the mat, just the blankets, just the butter lamp, just the sound of the wind finding the prayer flags above the rooftop. Just Tenzin, 60 years of this. Still here, peace lives in this monastery, in the butter lamps, and the chanting, and the prayer flags, and Tenzin's 60 years of faithful practice. Tonight it is yours. Good night. You are doing so beautifully. The day is done. You came to the high plateau tonight. You turned the prayer wheel at the monastery gate. You sat in the lakhang and heard the chanting, the low vibration that you felt before you heard. You drank the butter tea and worked the tsampa with your fingers. Tenzin took you outside and showed you the stars. The monastery received you, as this monastery has received travelers for centuries, without condition, without requiring anything but presence. Simply with the butter lamps, and the chanting, and the tsampa, and the altitude, carry it with you on the heavy days. The days when the weight of things accumulates, and the air feels thick, and the world feels oppressive. Remember the altitude. Remember the thin air that made every breath conscious. Remember how the difficulty was not the obstacle. The difficulty was the point. You know the way here now. But tonight, you are already here. The butter lamp is burning. The mountains are around you. The prayer flags are moving. Sleep now, deeply, completely. You deserve every thin-aired, star-close, prayer-carried, butter-warm, mountain-vast moment of this rest. Every single one. Good night. Sleep well. The monastery through the night. The butter lamps burn all night. On the altar, they are not extinguished when the monks sleep. The butter lamps have been burning in this monastery for as long as the monastery has existed. Not the same butter, not the same wicks, but the same flame. The flame passed from old wick to new. The continuity of the flame that represents, in the tradition, the light of wisdom, the light that dispels the darkness of ignorance, the light that continues burning because the practice continues. The altar in the dark lakhang, the butter lamps, their amber, the Thanka paintings on the wall, the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas in their flame light, the monastery at night, held by the flame, the mountain at night, the mountains around this village. At night, enormous, this is the word, but it is insufficient. The mountains of the Tibetan plateau at night are not simply large. They are a different order of scale from the mountains most people know. Some of the peaks above this village have no names in the local language. Names were not given to everything. Some things are simply there, present without needing to be named. The nameless peaks above, their glaciers visible even at night. The glaciers on them, the permanent ice, the ice that has been there for thousands of years, the ice that reflects the starlight very faintly in the dark. The mountains at night, patient, indifferent, not hostile, beyond hostility. beyond caring, simply the mountains. At this scale, doing what mountains do, being here, the prayer flags at night, the prayer flags, moving, even at night. The wind at this altitude does not stop for the dark. The flags moving, the prayers going, in all directions, to all beings, in the dark, the prayers not requiring the light, the prayers not requiring anyone to see them. The wind carries them. The wind does not know it is carrying prayers. The wind is simply wind. The flags are simply cloth. The printing is simply ink. And yet, the tradition has held this for centuries, that the intention is real, that the prayer sent outward matters, that sending good outward, into the wind, in all directions, to all beings, is a worthwhile thing to do, even if no one sees, even in the dark, especially in the dark. Tenzin's night practice. Tenzin does not sleep like others. He wakes at 2, perhaps 3. He has been waking at this hour since his 40s. He does not fight it. He gets up. He lights the small butter lamp in his cell. He sits. He practices the meditation of the night hours. The tradition says the night is a good time for practice. The distractions of the day are gone. The body is rested. The mind, between one sleep and the next, is in a state that is neither fully wakeful nor fully dreaming, a state particularly open to what practice can reveal. He sits in the lamplight. He breathes the breath that the altitude has made conscious, the breath that 60 years of practice have made the object of the deepest attention. He breathes the mountain outside, the stars above, the monastery around him, the butter lamp. He breathes. This is enough. This has always been enough. The dawn puja at 5, before the light, the monks assemble. The dawn puja, the beginning of the day's practice. Tenzin among them, the lakhang in the pre-dawn dark, the butter lamps, the chanting beginning, the same chanting as the evening, the same vibration, the same drone finding the chest before the ear, the day beginning in prayer, as it always begins, as it has always begun in this monastery. The butter lamps, the incense, the juniper smoke rising, the thankas illuminated by the lamps, the monks in their burgundy, the dawn coming, first as a quality of the dark, changing above the eastern peaks, then as light, the light finding the prayer flags first, the flags in the first light, their colors returning, blue, white, red, green, yellow, the 5 elements in the morning light, the prayers going, the day beginning, as it always begins. But you are asleep, warm under the yak wool blankets, the butter lamp on the shelf, still burning, the mountains outside, still there, and you will sleep a little longer. The prayers are going. They include you, all beings. That means you. The butter lamps are burning. The altar is lit. The chanting has finished. The monastery is quiet. The prayer flags are moving. The stars are above. Very close. Tenzin is in his cell, breathing. The mountain is outside. Nameless peaks, glaciers catching the starlight. The plateau vast, the air thin, each breath conscious, and you are sleeping, deeply, completely, peacefully, in the monastery guest house, on the high plateau, under the yak wool blankets, the butter lamp amber, the prayer flags carrying, to all beings, including you. This is exactly where you should be. This is exactly what you deserve. Every thin-aired, star-close, prayer-carried, butter-warm, mountain-vast moment. Every single one. You are safe. You are held. You are at peace. Good night, dear friend. Sleep well. Sleep deeply. Good night.